presentation of the National Football League.
This is the NFL on EA Sports, and we are thrilled to once again return to the gateway to the West, the proud city of St. Louis, Missouri. Tonight, we're on to Week 2 of the NFL season. We got a good one on tap, as it'll be the Huskies of Chicago taking on the Blues of St. Louis. On the visitors' sideline, their head coach. His guys ready to get this one going. His counterpart on the other side, the head coach of the home team. His guys, on the other hand, came out on top in their opener, so they'll try to make it to 2-0 to start the new year. Just about set for a start. Happy to have you with us, and we are underway here on Thursday Night Primetime. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. And they'll be led out by their third-year quarterback.
And he was terrific in the opener, threw 3 touchdown passes, and make no mistake about it, he was eager to get right back out and do it again. So I think we'll see him try to test his secondary quite a bit as this game goes on.
They'll start on the ground here on first down. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 16 yards right off the bat and a first down.
First and 10 at the 42-yard line.
Great beginning there under the bright lights of primetime.
Yeah, it takes you back to high school football on a Friday night, doesn't it? When you feel like every eye in the county is on you. In this case, every eye in primetime is on you.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Atkins. Pretty darn good, as you see right there on your screen.
I'll echo that. Darn good. 2 touchdowns, right? And the ability to be in sync with each other, right? To understand that he's going to be where the quarterback expects him to be when the ball's thrown.
Up the middle they go. It's Diaz. And he'll get it down here to the 43. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. Well, this city, St. Louis, so heartbroken when the Rams left for L.A. following the 2015 season. But they believe they get a chance to get a team back here someday, and now today's the day. An NFL relocation team back here in St. Louis, and this fan base ecstatic, and they have welcomed them with open arms.
4 yards on the pickup. Second and 6.
They'll keep it on the ground. Diaz. And this time not quite to the 30. Will be down at the 31-yard line. That one a first down pickup of 8.
First and 10 at the 31-yard line.
You were telling me this yesterday. This is exactly what they want to do on the opening drive, establish the ground game.
Yeah, remember our conversation. We were talking about what one of the GMs in the league has told me repeatedly. It's a big man's game. It's not necessarily size. He's talking about playing some big boy football. Line up, get leverage, knock people back, and establish the run early.
10 yards on the pickup.
In need of only about the length of the football here on second down.
Here we go, here we go.
Well, they'll run it here on the jet sweep. And he will take this one in for a touchdown. A great play there. His second rushing touchdown on the year. And the Blues put the Knights' first points on the board as they take the early lead. And now a two-point conversion attempt forthcoming.
The offense will line up for a 2.
They'll look to throw. And this one incomplete. So they went for the 2. They don't get it. So pretty interesting. They get the opening drive touchdown. They wanted a little more. They were looking for 8. Maybe something they thought about before the game started, I would imagine.
I think you're right about that. That's discussed in your staff meeting. A decision is made. I think the head coach has to blueprint it and say, yes, let's go ahead and do that. In this case, though, let's give some credit to the guys on defense. They gave up the touchdown and found a way to regroup and keep them out of the end zone for the 2-point play.
So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. And they'll be led out by their quarterback now in his 3rd season in the league.
And last week's loss came despite a clean game on his end, throwing the ball with 2 touchdowns and 0 interceptions. His job this week is simple. Do it again. Continue to avoid turnovers and hope that what sunk them last week resolves itself this time around.
Takes this to the 27, give him 4 yards. 2nd and 6.
Now 2nd and 6.
Ready? 70,
Off the RPO, he completes it. And he's got this almost to the 40 before going out.
That's good. For a first
12 yards there and a first down.
1st and 10 at the 39-yard line.
Back to throw. Knowles. Over the middle, it's complete. And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield. 11 more on that one and another first down.
1st and 10 at the 50-yard line.
Here we go. Down the Lions. Go.
Now a handoff up the middle. It's Townsend. And good space to operate there as he takes this down inside the 35-yard line.
First down.
Another nice gain, 16 yards there and a first down again. Looking to throw. Knowles. Now he's going to step up and run. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Able to make something out of nothing there. 17 yards and a first down.
1st and 10 at the
That's the first time he's called his own number, but he's got to be overjoyed with the results. He wasn't just going to settle for a modest gain. To me, he was determined to come through with a big message to a defense that slept on him in the pocket.
And a great job there to read that one defensively. They strung him out, would not allow him to cut upfield. 2nd down and 4.
Brings up 2nd and 4.
Off play action. Knowles. That is going to be taken down, sacked back around the 18-yard line. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
This offensive line has struggled. In fact, when we sat down with the coach, he said it's been in tatters lately. They allowed 6 sacks in their last game. Just gave up another one right there.
In tatters, so it sounds a little bit like this right now?
Exactly. It's like that paper being ripped. And right now they're going to find a way.
Under pressure, and they get it to him again. It's a loss of 10 on the sack, and it leads to 4th.
We're talking about how teams are so competitively matched, and you just want to make those plays that give you an advantage. How about right here? The difference between letting them score a touchdown versus holding them to a field goal, that's absolutely huge with the play he just made.
And you know he hated taking the loss there on 3rd down. And his kick is good. Didn't hit it all that well, but he got enough on it to put it through. And they are on the board, trailing now 6-3. So the field goal that cuts the lead in half as they, too, are able to get some points on their initial drive of the game.
Yeah, all in all, a pretty positive response, right, to the points that were scored against them. And they got a little help from their opponent anyway. Missed the conversion, so now they're just 3 back.
Back onto the field comes this offense, ready for their 2nd drive. Now, they were winners in the season opener Sunday. Now they get the quick turnaround game here on Thursday night. But, CD, you say this is an ideal setup for them. Why?
Well, just the way the schedule lines up, because everyone's got to play a Thursday game, and that's because of competitive balance. So, let's face it, would you rather play week 2 when you're still relatively fresh and excited about the season? Or week 15 when you've had a season's worth of bumps and bruises to factor in, and who knows what your record might be at that time as well?
And he's going to get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it as he gets wiped out on that one. And now it looks like we're going to get a timeout here. We've got a man shaken up. Here's 3rd and 9.
Here we go. Here we go.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free, and it brings up 4th down. So they bring out their punter as he's on to punt for the first time tonight. He only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. A solid punt, but also a nice return there of 14 yards. And out will come the offense as they take over. Chicago works their way back onto the field here for their second drive of the game. And they come into this one off the loss over the weekend. But you say if you're going to play a Thursday night game, this is the week to do it.
Well, it certainly is, because you get right back out there. You don't have time to dwell on things. And look, your game plan is going to be a little more limited, but so is theirs. So that's when you just appeal to your top players. Guys, you make plays in this one, we out-execute them, we can walk away with a win.
Off the play fake, Knowles. And just not enough on the throw there. Down around his feet and incomplete. When you look at this defense, currently number 1 in the NFL against the run.
And that's a ranking that feels good, right? To be number 1 and be the top of your profession. But here's the problem. It's only week 1.
1 week, yeah.
Can they do it 15 more times? If so, then we really got something to talk about.
That's the challenge. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35.
First and 10 at the 36-yard line.
6-3 is our score after 1. It's the NFL on EA Sports. Ready for the second quarter, and it's our visitors with the football, as they've got it with a 1st and 10.
60 Vikings, 60 Vikings. Check out.
Up the middle they go. Townsend. Nothing doing. Barely able to muster a yard to hit the 35. They work now on 2nd and 9.
1-yard gain. Brings up 2nd and 9.
Now a handoff up the middle. Franklin. And it coughed it up. But thankfully this is corralled by the offense, so they will in fact hold on to the football.
Wow. That ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. So possession still theirs, but now they face a 3rd down. Operating from the gun. Knowles. And that went off the mark. A little late with the throw.
Like what I see so far out of this defense, because they've been showing their best coverages on 3rd down. So far, only allowed 1 conversion on a handful of attempts. One area of their game plan that they've executed to perfection.
And this one looks good. It is good. Right down the pipe. And that will tie things up at 6-6. So that's a 7-play drive that ultimately stalls out there at the end.
And things were a little leaky in the beginning on that drive, weren't they? But how about the front 7? As they got closer to their goal line, things stiffened a little bit, forced the field goal.
And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. And now this offense comes back out onto the field. And Charles, a very uninspired effort the last time we saw them out there. It was a quick 3-and-out, then they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. That play going for 16 yards to start the drive. 1st down.
A good run there off right tackle. In an old-school NFL football, the right side of the offensive line, often known as the nasty side. The left side, usually the technical side. Kind of reminds me of the old Atlanta Falcons 2009-2010. That's how they constructed their offensive line.
Got a man, it's caught inside the 10. And he's into the end zone for the receiving touchdown. A great effort there. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And his guys have taken the lead. Now the offense will stay out there. They're going to line up and try for 2.
The offense will line up for a
18 Cardinal, 18 Cardinal. Go.
They'll try and throw for it. And they're going to get the 2-point conversion. This one's caught. And it stretches their lead up to 8.
Huskies 6.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Oh, good return up past the 30. And a good return, able to get out across the 35 to the 36. Another drive coming up for this Chicago offense. They've probably got some adjustments to make because they've moved the football okay at times, but they haven't been able to get anything consistently going, have they?
What you worry about is it almost turns into a basketball game where one team's coming down and hitting threes, and you're coming back and getting twos, and you steadily lose ground. In this situation, you're talking about touchdowns to field goals. They want to put in the end zone and put those sixes on the board.
Yeah, they've been settling. That's why they're down on the scoreboard right now.
That's another.
A nice pick up there, 10 yards, and it'll move the sticks. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down.
Here we go, here we go. 70, Timberwolves.
They'll keep it on the ground. It's Franklin. And that one opened up for him well as he'll take this down to the 26-yard line. 41 yards rushing for him now, and he's carried the ball just 5 times.
Ready, check.
They go play action here on first down. Now he'll tuck this and run. This will be a short gain of 3 before he's brought down at the 22. From the 22 now, here's 2nd and 6.
At the 22-yard line.
19, Charger, 19.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. And he's got his big wide receiver complete. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. 18 yards that time to push him up 1st and goal.
It's all pretty simple sometimes, isn't it? Go where the defenders are not, and he does exactly that. Makes a nice catch to move the chains. Defense, got to find a better way of accounting for the shorter routes that are being run against them.
Ready. Panther 60, Panther 60. Ready.
The quick slant caught. And now it looks like we're going to get a timeout here. We've got a man shaken up. The medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break. Second and goal from the 1.
Go. 70 lock, go.
And he'll actually lose a little bit of yardage here. Back to the 2. The tally there, -2 yards. Brings up 3rd down.
Well, that's going to bring up a big call now because he was unable to make the play himself on 2nd down. Now you just have to wonder, will they keep the ball in his hands on 3rd down?
They've been denied touchdowns in the red zone twice already. Here comes 3rd and goal. Back to throw. Knowles got his man, and it's caught for a Chicago touchdown. A 2-yard touchdown grab. And the Huskies have cut the lead back down to 2. Good start to the season for him. He had the touchdown last week in the opener and a second one in week 2 now.
How about the pace he's already established, right? Not sure he can keep it up for an entire season, but don't burst the bubble because he thinks that he can.
Do guys go into a season with a goal for touchdowns scored or yardage? What do you think?
I think every single one of the guys who's going to touch the football, they all have those types of goals. They all have those types of thoughts. And then they just have to see how the season unfolds if they can stay with it.
Unfolding so far so good for him. And he won't quite make it to the 25. Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
Here we go, set. 60 by 6.
Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Atkins. It'll be a gain of 5. And it's second down.
Gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5 at the 39-yard line.
Operating from the gun, Rhodes. And he fires one incomplete.
Oh, man, that was close. The opportunity to change momentum, big play, right in his hands, unable to come down with it.
A sigh of relief, no doubt, on offense that fell harmlessly to the ground. Yeah, this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to. And on now is the punter, as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. 36 yards on the punt with no return. And they will take over 1st and 10. Now here's the signal caller getting ready to lead this offense again. Been a decent start for him here in this first half, but bottom line, his team's losing. They got to fix something.
And it starts with him. He has to keep that little quarterback strut going right now to make sure his team sees him as confident. Continue to try and up his game, but just let him know, hey, if I'm around, if I'm the one calling signals and throwing the football, just follow me, we'll get there. Sometimes that will do more to elevate a team than anything else.
See if he has that confidence. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for 3rd down. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the 1st down.
Come on, come on. 18 Cardinal, 18 Cardinal.
On 3rd down, it's Townsend. And he'll maybe get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. Now a 2nd timeout called for by the defense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. And they'll send out their punter now as he's on to punt for Chicago. A 39-yard punt, a return of 5. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. And now this offense comes back out onto the field as we eke closer and closer to intermission. Charles, remember last time out they punted. They would love to get points here, especially if this is going to be their final possession of the first half.
Yeah, and this is what close games feel like because the pressure is on both sides, but sometimes the pressure is a little bit higher on the team with the slight edge because they're trying to hold on to that, trying to increase it. Let's see how this one continues.
Now a 2nd timeout called for by the defense as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Now a 3rd and 6.
Hawk 70, Hawk 70.
Looking to throw. Rhodes. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And unable to connect. Incomplete. Now give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
Sets up 4th down.
Well, they bring their punter out there now as he'll come on to kick this one away. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. They'll net only 35 here following a 43-yard, 8-yard return. And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. And now with still more than a minute to go in what's been a tight game, you figure we'll try to see them move the ball downfield.
And remember, they get the kickoff to start the second half, so this is a golden opportunity for them to go down there and put up a couple of sixes back-to-back. What a momentum swing that would be.
Yeah, you might be able to get a 2-for-1 without ever even giving up the football. Now they'll change things up.
First down, Huskies.
Right back to him on first down. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
At the 50-yard line. 8 yards on the pickup. Brings up 2nd and 2.
They'll keep it on the ground. It's Franklin. And he'll get it down to the 47 here. Now this offense hoping to avoid the 0-2 start. They trail, but they've got a 1st and 10 here.
But we always talk about good down and distance, allowing offenses to expand their playbook. Well, 2nd and 2, that means your playbook's wide open. You can run just about anything. But a lot of times, the play caller, he just looks down at his sheet, sees the short yardage runs, and goes to one of those.
Now he's going to step up and run. And brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line. So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
It's a gain of 17 yards. 1st down.
And now the clock will stop as he's able to get up and spike it here.
On the jump.
Now it's 2nd and 10.
Here we go. Here we go.
Back to throw. Knowles. Looking left side. It's complete. He's got it. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime.
What a drive this has been, just chewing up the yardage. And here's one of their best plays yet as they finally get down into the red zone and look to finish this off with 6.
And this one is right through. And they have regained the lead. So he's been a busy man here in this first half. That's 3 field goals for him now.
And not just 3 field goals, but 3 for 3. So even though the offense has struggled a bit putting it in the end zone, they've still been able to come away with points due to his leg.
Pushes past him. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20.
At their own 18-yard line.
Get it.
And they're just going to run it here up the middle. And a loose football. Well, it looks like one of the DBs has it. And his guys will take over at the 30-yard line.
All right, Brandon, thanks much. Welcome into the Orlando studios. Scott Hansen with you on an abridged halftime report. Good competitive first half. This game kind of has a punch-counter-punch feel to it, as reflected on the scoreboard. Tight game going into the second half. Can either team pull away? To find out, let's go back to the stadium and our broadcast team, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Okay, Scott, thanks a bunch. And we'll see which team's adjustments are going to pay dividends here as we are just about ready for the start of the second half. And he takes this near the 25, just a little pass there, call it the 26. This offense ready to go to begin this third quarter. And they've got the lead, CD. What do you expect from them in this second half?
Well, I like what they were able to do on the ground in the first half because they had a lot of success running the ball, and I certainly think we'll see more of that. But I keep an eye on that defense, and I think their coaches up in the box will do the exact same thing. If they start to see 1 or 2 guys start to creep towards the line of scrimmage, that'll be licensed to take some shots downfield.
Ball on the 30 now. Here's a 2nd down and 6. They'll keep it on the ground. Franklin. He's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4.
Back-to-back 4-yard runs. Now look, if they just do that all the way downfield, ball ends up in the end zone, but that's a little difficult to do.
Yeah, I think now 3rd and 2, that defense ready to stiffen up and stop that run. From the gun on 3rd down. Knowles. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down.
That's an excellent job right there on 3rd down. Like any defense, you never want to let them get anything started, and that would have been a 1st down. Instead, you saw the contact on time, no penalty, and before this drive could get wings, it's 4th down.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. Taken in at the 22. It's a return of 4 following a 42-yard punt. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half. And their defense did its job by forcing the punt to start things out. And now, Charles, can the offense get in gear?
I think, partner, you can sense them saying, okay, the first half was theirs, but now let's get the momentum back on our our side. We forced a punt. Now let's go downfield and score. If we do that, we'll be set up well for this second half.
It's a gain of 9. Brings up second and a yard.
Looking to throw. Throws. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. They tried to throw on second down, unsuccessful. Now it's 3rd and 1. He finds his man, complete. It's Atkins. And he'll go out of bounds, it looks like, right at the 40. His 5th catch tonight, and it's good for a first down.
Let's go now. Go.
Off-play action. Rhodes. Hit as he throws there, incomplete. A misconnection there. He's hit on just 50% of his passes thus far. That's not where you want to be.
Now you see the evolution of the game. You go back to the quarterbacks of old, 50% would be terrific because they threw the ball downfield almost every time they throw it. Now with the short passing game, you should be above 60% just to be in the average range.
St. Louis, first down. 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line.
So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. Rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. And he'll take it across midfield and down to the 48-yard line. And that could turn out to be a giant play, Charles. You've got an offense driving to take the lead, but they're turned away on the INT.
And I think that we might look back on this in the 4th quarter and say, that was the play of the game.
And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds. Line of scrimmage, the 43 on 2nd and 4.
Brings up 2nd and 4.
Off the play fake. Knowles. And he's going to go down. Back near midfield at the 49. They push him back 8 yards that time on 2nd down. From the gun on 3rd down. Knowles. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. And on 4th down, honors the punt team, sending this one away. 39 yards on the punt, just 2 on the return. And the offense will come back out deep in their own territory. Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily what you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers.
Ready.
And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
Now 3rd down and 14.
We're going to need a crafty play call here. 14 yards is what they need to try to convert this thing. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And mark him down way up close to the 40 at the 39. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
39-yard line.
Back to throw. Rhodes. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. Just a gain of a couple there. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
It's 2nd and 8. At the 41-yard line.
Back to throw again. Well, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. And he's able to get it back to the 41-yard line.
He'll take over 1st and 10.
All right, work with me, partner. This is a classic understatement. Their execution has been very poor. Last 3 drives, 2 interceptions and a fumble. Winning football? We're not seeing it right now.
Now he'll tuck this and run. Opted to run for it. The decision, a good one. Picking up the first, getting 14 yards on the scramble.
First down. A gain of 14. First down, Chicago.
They'll run on first down. It's Franklin. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down.
Hold the ready. Ready. 60 by.
Looking to throw. Knowles. Under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 38. They push him back 8 yards that time on second down. Now on third and long, they'll look to throw. He finds his man, complete. That's Alvarado. And he'll be stopped at the 27-yard line, well short of the first down marker. It's a gain of 11, but they're still well short. It's fourth down. And his kick is good. And that will push the lead up to 5. So the turnover leads to points as they add 3 there.
Yeah, what a sequence there, and a nice win for them. They forced the interception, put together a little drive, and then come away with 3 points. Nothing to it, partner. Just do it.
And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. And now this offense comes back out onto the field. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, had your fun? All right,
throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. Second down and 6 now.
27-yard line.
60 Eagles, 60 Eagles. Go.
Back to throw. Rhodes. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Partner, what we're seeing so far is a defense that's certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yeah, so let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They're giving him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks, and he seems a little bit confused trying to complete passes.
So just a 3-yard return following a punt of 45. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try to increase your lead in a big way. And the best way to do it, touchdowns.
Off play action. Knowles. He finds his man, complete. That's Alvarado. A Chicago first down there on a gain of 11.
First down, Huskies.
Here we go.
He's going to try and take off with it. And he'll fight his way forward to about the 48-yard line. From the 48-yard line, here's a 2nd and 7.
Brings up 2nd and 7.
He's across midfield. And finally brought down at the 38. 14 yards and a Chicago first down.
A gain of 14. First down, Chicago.
Was that a design pass, or what was that?
It was built into the play call. He had the opportunity to either hand it inside, keep it himself to run it, or do what he just did. Throw that pass inside, hitting a receiver on the run.
An option give to McBride. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up second down.
Panther 60. Panther 60.
Off the play fake. Knowles. And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. And now hold everything here as the challenge flag is out. And we're going to get a review of that last play.
The previous play is under review.
Did he keep those feet in bounds? That's the question they've got to decide. And I got to say, watching it in real time, it was awfully close.
Yeah, it certainly looked like a heck of a catch because he didn't appear to bobble it, which could complicate things. But even with the benefit of replay, that's pretty tight.
Well, here's the call. So the decision to throw out that challenge flag, a good one, as they'll get credited with a completion. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he takes it down to the 10-yard line. So first and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up. Looking to throw. Knowles. And that one too far in front. He couldn't reel it in. It's incomplete. They don't get the hook up there, but you really have to marvel at how precise he's been throwing the football these last couple weeks.
Oh, that's the perfect word for it, precise. Because if you're at 70% or better 2 weeks in a row, you have a job as long as you want one in this league, right? I mean, let's face it, it's not just West Coast offense either. He's putting the ball downfield as well.
A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play, 3rd and goal. And the slot man goes in motion left. They'll look to throw on 3rd and goal. He'll try and do this himself. He'll get that complete to Franklin. And he is in. Touchdown, Chicago. A great play there. His first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Huskies will add to their 4th quarter lead. Extra point attempt here still to come. And this one gives his guys a 12-point lead.
Makes the score. Huskies
A 10-play drive that time. And it culminates in a touchdown for Chicago. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. And the script really is flipped for them. The momentum on the other sideline, and now they have to try and battle back from a 2-score deficit. Throw left side complete. That's Diaz. And he'll get this out to the 34-yard line. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
First and 10 at the 34-yard line.
Off play action. Rose. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. Oh, and one of the linemen on the other side has got it. And he's going to bring the fumble back for a touchdown. The offense, they've had some sloppy moments. Sloppy there again on that one, and it could be the backbreaker.
From a defensive perspective, if the offense is going to be sloppy, you've got to take advantage of that. And that's what they've done all game long.
No going for 2. They'll kick the point after. Extra point right down the middle. And that will make this a 19-point game.
33. Blues 14.
So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. And he'll be stopped up at the 25. And now this offense comes back out onto the field. And they have done themselves absolutely no favors to earn a win today in this one, Charles. The turnover woes continue. On that last drive, they had that fumble that led to a touchdown.
And Brandon, I would say they have a mission on this drive, and bottom line is protect the football. Just put together something that they can let the last drive go. Yeah, it was a bad play. They gave up points, but that doesn't mean it has to go that way the rest of this ball game. Do what you do best on offense and try and put the ball in the end zone yourself.
First and 10 at the 38-yard line.
On first down, it's Porter. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up. Well, looks like they'll move things around here.
Brings up 2nd and 5.
Off the play fake. Rhodes. He finds his man complete. That's Porter. Work to do here to avoid falling to 1-and-1, but this is 1st and 10 right now.
First and 10 at the 50-yard line.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And that is incomplete.
Nice progress down the field was halted by that incompletion. They could try for some safe yards here to get things moving again, or keep throwing it and pushing it downfield to try and pick up bigger yardage.
And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. The offense on 3rd down tonight, they've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. They'll look to throw again. He's got his target. That's complete. And he gets this down inside the 35 before going out of bounds. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there. Forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 10.
Again, he'll drop to throw. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a 1st down. Well done.
Louis, 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 17-yard line.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And he'll get nothing out of that one. And now it looks like we're going to get a timeout here. We've got a man shaken up. Well, now they're going to come out and take a look at this injury, and we'll be back in a moment.
Here we go. Here we go. Ready.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. They'll get only 3 there, so it leaves them with a 3rd and 7 ahead.
Got to give credit where it's due. Really nice defense on that play. The pitch and catch was successful, but not any run after it.
Let's go now. Go.
Out of the gun now on 3rd down. And it's caught. Touchdown. A 14-yard touchdown. And the Blues have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th. Well, they needed 3 scores to have any chance. There's the first of the 3 as they get into the end zone.
Yeah, Brandon, I think that our guys at Next Gen Stats in charge of the win probability are probably saying your chances still aren't great. But now, you still got more than 3 minutes to go. You got to focus on the task at hand, which is going to be getting the football back as quickly as possible.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. The Chicago offense set to get started. Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking 1st downs. To keep up with your theme there playing keep away, 1st downs, they can't touch the ball.
81 yards on the ground for him now as he's gotten better, really, as the night's gone on. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Back to throw. Knowles. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And it'll be 2nd down. Now here's a timeout coming on the defensive side of the ball. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or 2 shy of the 40.
That's good.
And there will be a break in the action here. They're going to take a timeout. That's going to leave them with just 1 remaining here in this 4th quarter. Past the 20. And oh, so close as he takes it all the way to the 2-yard line. And Play is stopped here. Timeout. It's the defense calling the timeout here.
Okay, ready?
So that will leave them with no timeouts left. Still plenty of time on the clock. We'll see how that affects things here in this fourth quarter.
Well, they'll try the option on 1st and goal.
And he probably should have given that one off as he's going to get hit and taken down behind the line. Back at the 5-yard line now. 2nd and goal.
Ready? 70 Timberwolves.
Now they'll send a tight end in motion left.
Ready, ready?
They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he'll be taken down after a short gain as that takes us to the 2-minute warning. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports.
60 Bison, 60 Bison. Got it, coming. Ready?
They'll run again. And this time he is in. Yes. Taking it in from a yard out. And the Huskies tack on another score as they have dominated this fourth quarter. Point after, right down the middle. And that will make this a 19-point game. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. The lane opens here. He's past the 30. And all in all, a pretty solid return. Nearly got it to the 35. They'll mark him down officially at the 34.
Ready? 18 Cardinal. Go.
Throwing to start the drive. Rhodes. Over the middle, complete. That's Atkins. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down.
First down.
Go check.
1st and 10 at the 47-yard
They'll
line.
look to throw now on 1st down. And that is incomplete. Now the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down.
It's now 2nd and 10.
Let's go.
Looking to throw. Rhodes. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down. Now, right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the 1st down and move the chains. And he comes back with one complete. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 27-yard line.
Here we go. Ready?
On 1st down, he'll drop to throw. Well, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete.
Well, they've been back on their heels a little bit here in this drive, but a chance to exhale just a little bit there with incompletion on 1st down. Now they have to gear up, try and get 2 more stops. And
for a 3rd time tonight, he's intercepted. And the return stops at the 39-yard line.
With the points that we've seen scored, neither defense has been at their best, but these guys have been a little bit better, Charles, and a nice interception there.
Yeah, you're right about that, Brandon. Let's face it. It's not always how you start, it's how you finish, right? So maybe you have a rough game all the way along, but if you make a big play like that at the right time, it can make everything turn out just okay.
Well, partner, under the lights in primetime, this offense, they gave the nation quite a show, putting up that many points to come away with what will certainly be a memorable win for them.
And, Brandon, I think it's as simple as this. Some players, some teams, they're just meant for the big stage. And when they get a chance to